people. You can go online. You can go. Okay, so Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I just got my singing bowl. So, welcome to our Thursday session, and perhaps we discuss today what does it mean. No, not what does it mean to be human, but what do you think is the ultimate capacity of being human? What is the ultimate capacity? What would you relate to? What would you say that you are capable of becoming? Bearing in mind that when you were a child, you weren't able to speak and da 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 da. So over time, you have developed into something, right? What do you think is the end goal? If there was something, what do you think it would be? Become rich, live forever, um, become the most beautiful, the most powerful? What do you think is the end goal of being human, of living, of life? Say?
Oh, is that actually
Yeah,
a question?
it's
Usually
a
it's
question.
rhetorical. So I don't
No,
know
it
what
wasn't
to
rhetorical. It was like,
say.
interactive today.
I'd say contentment is the best thing to aim for.
All right, that's what
Everything.
that's what we feel. Yeah.
Mm.
But what's the capacity of a human being? What is the capacity? All right, let me ask you another question then. What does it mean to be fully human? Can we think of anyone? Is the Dalai Lama the fully human? Is the Pope the fully human? Is David Beckham the fully human? Who's fully human, if there was one? Any idea? Any thoughts? Would you say someone like Buddha is fully human? Or do you think he's missed the point? Should have been going out there having a party.
Well, no, I think he's transcended being human. So
Okay.
I would say he's fully human.
You think that's
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to the second question. I think the first, can I go back to the first question?
Yeah.
I'm still doing that one. I think it's being able to manifest change and control in your own life.
Okay. Yeah. Become in charge.
I was thinking
Yeah.
control.
Yeah.
Of yourself.
And your own thoughts and energies and feelings to an extent.
Okay, so would we say that to be human means to regulate ourselves? To be able to regulate our thoughts, our emotional space, navigate ourselves through life. But isn't that just optimum function? Is that just not functioning well rather than what we become? Right? So I always use the analogy of the seed becoming the fruit. Right? To begin with, if the seed was ever asked, what will you grow into, etc., it's never being able to articulate. Not saying that many seeds stop, but you know what I'm saying, right? So we as human beings tend to see ourselves very limited, right? So let me ask you, give another experience, right? So it's whatever can be experienced can be considered to be the truth. Where did you come from? Where did you emerge from? Was there something that was like there and then out of there you came? And you could say, well, of course, I must have been in my mum. And you say, well, all right, then where did your mum come from? Say, well, she must have been in her mum, and so on and so forth. So if you then say, well, all right, 3 generations down, were you present? And you say, well, no, I wasn't. When my mother was in her, so to speak, then I wasn't even on, didn't even know, I wasn't in the timeline, so to speak. So as a result, so the question arises, where did you come from? What are you here to do? And where are you going? And you'll find that most individuals, we don't have answers to that question. But if you realize that birth comes from nowhere, and when what we consider to be death or transition, we go into nowhere. There's like a silence on this side and a silence on that side. This silence can be considered to be the source, because you must have come from a source, haven't you? Everything comes from a source. So if you comes from the source, then what's the difference between you and the source? Yeah? What's the difference between the ocean and a drop of water? Apart from the fact that the drop doesn't know it's water or it's part of the ocean. And now, if we ask the same question, then what does it mean to be human, fully human? Then you'd have to go with what Nikki says. It's the transcendence, but it isn't, you're not going anywhere. You're becoming fully the same as the source. So you and source are in synchronicity, in alignment. And what does that mean? That means sovereignty. And what does sovereignty mean? Sovereignty means being not control in the sense of the ego, but being totally sovereign to what you are and who you are. And how is that expressed? That is expressed when the whole world can be on one side, but you know what your truth is. Yeah. So you put your hand in the fire, you find out what heat is and burning is, and the whole world tells you they've never done that. So they tell you the fire doesn't do anything. So rather than becoming compliant and consenting to everyone else's thinking, becoming human first means thinking for yourself and questioning what you believe about yourself. Because it may be in someone's interest to make sure that you'll never ever realize what you're about. Because if you do, you might become something that may challenge their power base. You may become something, you may become a light. So when you look at history, you will find those little sparks of light that we still speak about 10,000 years later, 2,000 years later, 5,000 years later, 500 years, are the ones who were enlightened, transcendent, whatever the words you want to use, fully human, fully human. Not through religion, not through a ritual, but through knowing themselves. And what do they get to know about themselves? There are no difference. The ocean and the wave are never separate. And the difference is they go beyond the illusion that they're the wave and become the ocean or become. So, what does sovereignty mean? Sovereignty means taking control of first your belief system. Do not, because everything that we are taught may be to enslave you. How do you know it's not that? And if you start questioning that, you realize that's pretty much the game. Whether it's religions, whether it's whatever it is, the worldview, the politics, it's to enslave you into a group. That's all it is. And what for? To serve the interest of another. Hence, it's taken so long for meditation to break into this part of the world. Because this part of the world is really well organized in this game, really well organized. Other parts of the world, they're still learning. Yeah, they're still learning on these things. Some have done rather well. The Chinese have done rather well, I would say. Some of the other countries have, but this part of the world, things that are banned. Consider this. So things like cannabis, ayahuasca, mescaline, peyote, patchouli, all of these other stuff, right? Things that have existed for thousands of years, used by thousands of people for thousands of reasons. Completely banned across. Why? Ever thought of that? Why are these plants banned? When alcohol isn't banned, Tobacco isn't banned in the form it's in. Pharmaceuticals aren't banned. And they're known for their side effects. So they give you a bloody list. Because one raises your consciousness, the other one dampens it. So when you get drunk, you'll find you can become quite saddened, quite withdrawn, quite into your own suffering. Whereas when you take some of these others, what are concerned psychedelics, but they're not. The people who've been using them for thousands of years don't call them psychedelics. They call them medicine or sacrament. Medicine or sacrament, that which heals me or that which allows me to experience God, which is why they're called entheogens, right? So when you begin to realize, there's a like a control system, which is a control system of what the human capacity can become. So you ban things that raise consciousness. Meditation falls into that. Things like authentic yoga, Tai Chi, Qi Kong, all of this other stuff, which was exotic just a few years ago, is now becoming mainstream, is now becoming more visible. But again, like everything else, no lineage. Learn it off YouTube, create a course, teach it to others, but no lineage, no understanding. Again, just take the juice out and give you the husk. This is always the game. The commoditization of spirituality. It was a book both myself and a friend of mine commented on 20 years ago that this is what is about to happen. And here we are now, right? So, what it means to be human is to ensure that you are able to look at yourself for what you are now rather than what you have been made into. And the only way we can do that, and I don't advocate this online, of course, but obviously a good shaman with the right entheogen can help that process. But easier and safer is meditation through some kind of group and practice that is regulated. So, what does it mean to be human? It means to be sovereign. It means to be enlightened. It means to be. When we say transcendence, it's like we don't go beyond the world. It's the lotus. You have to live in the nonsense. That's just the way it is, right? So you have to live in the soil, in the mud, in the gund, in the pollution. You have to live in it, but you have to ensure your head is always above the water, meaning your awareness is always above it. Don't get too caught up in that because it'll just pull you in. So that's the practice of what we do here or what we try and teach is to live in the world, but not to become of it. Make ensure, understanding everything is changing. All change is the nature of existence. You can't hold on to anything. So stop and smell the flowers. Okay. So let's begin with our meditation. So as ever, we always begin with our posture. And so we're going to go in with a little bit of a curious kind of space today, which is when I get to wherever I get to, yeah, I'll prompt the question. We'll ask ourselves, in this space, what am I? Who am I? And maybe we can get some kind of response. Okay, so eyes are closed and make sure the back is straight and upright. And it's really important that we go through this step by step. Shoulders back. And when you pull your shoulders back, if you go to your chest and just notice how that feels. Does it feel closed or does it feel tight or does it feel neutral? And if it feels tight or tight or contracted, Just the intention to smile can sometimes loosen that. Your chin is pulled in, and your hands and arms are comfortable. And as you draw your next breath in, you're going to bring your focus to yourself as best as you can. And as you do so, slowly becoming aware of your body, becoming aware of your posture, and then noticing if there's anything within the body that draws your focus. And now you can set your intention, the direction you wish to walk towards, is to become present to yourself and to notice what remains when you go beyond the body, beyond the thoughts, beyond the emotions. So your intention is to become present, and in becoming present, you're going to notice what's going on with you right now. So bring your focus towards your eyes. And begin to notice what you have awareness of. If you find that your focus has drifted, bring your focus back with the intention to notice what's in front of you, even though it may be just darkness. How do you know what's in front of you? It's through awareness. And now you move this awareness towards your ears. And then you begin to notice the sounds around you. Once again, you can only listen through awareness. Awareness of sounds which are close to you, and awareness of silence, the absence of sound. And now gently bring this focus beneath your nose. And now we move to the awareness of our breath. Allowing our breath to breathe by itself. Again, you won't wait. Notice when the focus drifts. And you'll notice that when you're waiting for it to be distracted, it remains focused on the breath. The body breathes by itself. Allow it to breathe by itself. Simply watching the breath, not manipulating it, not trying to control it. And by watching the breath, the body begins to settle. Heart rate begins to slow down. The longer you stay with your breath, the calmer you become. On your next breath in, bring your focus towards your mouth, moving it within your mouth. Noticing the cheeks, noticing your tongue. Notice your jaw, allow it to soften. And now bringing your focus above your head, imagine a hula hoop, allow this hoop to come down. And as it comes down, it begins to scan your body for sensations. All we're doing at the moment is simply paying attention to the body, moving down, scanning ourselves all the way down. Next breath in, you're going to focus, bring your focus back to the body, becoming aware of yourself as best as you can. And again, you're going to notice your posture. Notice if there's anything within the body that draws your focus. Pain, ache, tightness, itch. And notice that there are sensations where your body makes contact with your chair. From those sensations, bring your focus up. Notice your hips. And then gently moving down your thighs towards your knees. Thorough body scan. And every time you do this, you will find that the body relaxes. Moving from your knees down towards your ankles. Notice your feet. And then moving to the soles of your feet. Next breath in, once again, bringing your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice your back is straight, upright. And then gently bringing your focus from your lower back to the middle back. From your back up towards the shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. And then from your shoulders coming down towards your elbows. Moving gently from your elbows towards your wrists. Notice your hands. Notice your fingers. The palms of your hands. And then gently bringing your focus towards your eyes. Once again, becoming aware of what's in front of you. Recognizing awareness for awareness. And then as you breathe out, you allow your eyes to soften, bringing your focus towards your mouth, scanning your upper lip, scanning your lower lip, moving within your mouth. Notice the roof of your mouth. Notice the inside cheeks. Notice your tongue. Allow it to soften. Notice your jaw. Allow your jaw to soften. Next breath out. Allow your face to relax. And then as the breath moves in, you become aware of your body once again. Having done this thorough body scan, notice what's going on within you. Any dominant sensation? And if you find one, notice where it is. You don't need to have a commentary about it. No judgment, no commentary. And then bring your focus beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath again. Again, you're going to notice the in-breath as it moves in. Notice the out-breath as it moves out. And begin to notice the qualities of your breath if you can. Notice how it's flowing. Does it flow smoothly? Or is there any interruptions in the flow of your breath? Is your breath flowing freely or does it feel restricted? Just stay with your breath as best as you can. Does your breath have a temperature? Does it feel cool or does it feel warm? Stay with your breath. Follow your out breath all the way till the end until it stops. On your next breath in, you're going to bring your focus within yourself. Notice how you feel within yourself. And moving your focus to your chest, becoming aware of the movement of your chest. Noticing the chest expands as the breath moves in. And as the chest relaxes, the breath moves out. And then moving your focus a bit deeper into yourself, right where your heart is. And as you hold your focus there, you begin to notice how you're feeling. Right this moment. Does it feel settled, calm, peaceful? Or does it feel unsettled? Allow yourself to really know this feeling, your experience right this moment. Notice the silence within you, beyond your thoughts, beyond your sensations, simply presence. Next breath out, opening your awareness to all the sounds once again, following the sound of the bell into the silence. When you're ready, bring your focus beneath your nose, sitting with your breath in silence. Notice your experience as best as you can. If you feel silent, focus on the silence. If there is peacefulness, focus on the peace. Recognizing the silence does not come from outside, but it is your very being. The stillness is your very being. And the peace you experience, the calmness, doesn't come from outside. It's that which is always there. next breath out, you're going to expand your focus to include your whole body. Notice how the body feels, if there's any discomfort. And then we're going to slowly bring our focus back into the body itself. By first going to the seat we're on, noticing the sensations in the body where it makes contact. And then moving from those sensations up towards our hips, slowly moving down our thighs towards our knees. Moving down towards our ankles. Notice your feet. Notice the soles of your feet. Next breath in, bring your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice that the back is straight and upright. Shoulders relaxed. Arms, hands are comfortable. Your eyes are still closed. Your mouth is still closed. And your face is relaxed. And now as the breath moves in, you can sense your body. As the breath moves out, the sense of body. Breathing in, you feel calm. Breathing out, you feel calm. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw some slow, deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes.